Зачем нам эта запись нужна?
Потому что эфир-то в записи должен быть, чтобы потом
Мгм.
его использовать.
Ну, понятно. То есть сейчас уже записываешь, все уже видят это.
Мы потом отрежем на записи.
Хорошо.
And there's still no link in them. He's skipping it now.
Я не знаю, как это сделать, я знаю, как с телефона, как с компьютера. Так, все, я скидываю.
А посмотри на компьютере,
Maybe
может быть,
it's
там
there.
также можно посмотреть, как это делается.
Я попробовала, попробовала, и, увы, то есть с компьютера я знаю, если ты выйдешь с компьютера, я знаю, как это сделать. А с телефона, может, с телеграма. Ну,
Ну, блин, название задом наперед. Ну, блин.
Зай, меняй тогда. Меняй устройство.
Давай.
Выходи в Zoom с компьютера. Только не останавливай конференцию, не останавливай.
То есть Zoom с компьютера, да?
Да, сейчас это еще не встроено.
Давай. Личные. Лера. Zoom с компьютера есть.
Здесь только звук.
I turned on the sound. Yes, can you hear me now? Please, if you would, write a plus sign in the Zoom chat if you can hear me at this moment. Please put a plus. Yes, great. Well, I just turned off the microphone and then turned it back on. Now everything is fine. Join in at your own pace and we'll get started. For now, this is a transitional setup, but maybe we'll keep it this way. You'll first get notifications in the Telegram channel that the broadcast has started, and then switch over to Zoom. Timur, you too, switch over to Zoom. If you don't have the app, download it. Let's make this a permanent arrangement. I think this applies not just to me, but to everyone you'll be connecting with through the Telegram channel. So go ahead and download Zoom. Zoom downloads very quickly. Overall, this platform is quite convenient. Many people have been using it for several years already. Let's just say, ever since the challenging days of the COVID pandemic, when it became absolutely necessary to keep in touch with everyone. Irina, you too, let's go. Irina, Lena, please leave the Telegram chat and kindly switch over to Zoom. Yes, great. And everyone else, please switch over as well. Grab yourself some tea or coffee. Some of you have morning, some have afternoon. That's it. So you can comfortably enjoy the meeting, because for me this is also a very special moment when, unfortunately, we can't always meet all the time. At this particular moment, we can actually ask important questions, find each other, and so on, which is truly valuable. I've opened the chat, and basically there is a chat function available within Zoom. You can certainly write in Zoom, and I will write something in the chat for you right now as well, just to demonstrate. Hi. That's it. And my message has successfully come through to you. Hi. So that you can clearly see that the chat is indeed active and fully functional. Once again, if you are joining the Telegram chat right now, please kindly switch over to Zoom, as that is where the main discussion is taking place. Join Zoom and connect with everyone there, because most of the people are in Zoom. That's it. And in general, if anyone is just in the Telegram chat, please write there how very well you can hear me. I'm also curious about how the sound is coming through right now. That's it. And everyone, please kindly switch over now, because we have now fully enabled all available channels. Today, our important meeting will be primarily about our affirmations, specifically concerning the deeply held beliefs we consciously set for ourselves in our daily lives. And I constantly receive, I'd even confidently say on a daily basis, right? The last trigger, something quite similar to this, actually happened literally just 40 minutes ago, when I was talking to a young woman, a girl, and the situation was precisely the same. She then said, "But what if I don't actually succeed? Can I come to you for a session or a course? I've already seen all the various specialists, and regrettably, no one has truly helped me. And I am afraid that nothing will work out for me either." If life really worked in that particular way, I think, well, maybe life would already have to be completely over. That's it. Because for us, life is either a certain significant obstacle, or for some individuals, it's simply a genuine pleasure to overcome certain inherent tensions. That's precisely why I developed this concept, specifically through these various tensions. Friends, please switch from Telegram to Zoom. Use Zoom instead. The link is in the channel. The sound quality will be better there, and the video quality is better too. Let's do it right now. That's it. So, we will thoroughly discuss this important topic now, and accordingly, when you have a valuable opportunity to meet with me in person, we will also diligently practice it together in detail. That's it. It's a really great topic. It's great because I've gone through it myself. We have a lot of limitations in our heads. Just a second, let me close the window. We have a great many significant and often unacknowledged limitations in our personal space. Of course, these limitations are primarily and most importantly in our minds, first and foremost. And then they inevitably show up in the physical body and then further on in our daily lives. That is all. So, I diligently study this important topic all the time through working with with you, yes, with the wonderful people who come to me for sessions or for the comprehensive course. So I'll put it this way. I'm curious, I enjoy studying this, I'm interested in how it all works. I'm a kind of dedicated researcher who looks for comprehensive answers to questions. And if someone comes to me with a case that's rather easy, let's say, it doesn't really give me any significant growth. But I'm all about personal growth and continuous development, and that's precisely why I want this very moment, the one that genuinely gave me the incredible opportunity to grow and evolve, to also give you the profound opportunity to grow and develop as well. And true growth is fundamentally based on the fact that we thoughtfully reconsider something new and valuable within ourselves. Regarding our beliefs, yes, there were quite a lot of them on the channel, like I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it, I won't have it, I don't have the opportunity, and so on. I truly believe that each and every one of you has undoubtedly found these profound beliefs deeply embedded within your own personal life experiences. I would confidently say that there is probably not a single individual among us who hasn't discovered some particular position or viewpoint that genuinely triggers a strong response within them. So, why is that? Because this is exactly the path to transformation. How does this happen? Well, from an energetic perspective, you are probably already very well educated individuals, right? With several higher academic degrees, you've taken many comprehensive courses, read a great deal of insightful books, and you truly understand that everything that profoundly happens in our lives is not random, and we are not just physical avatars. There is something much deeper and more significant inside us. When I first started working with various methods, yes, these are specific methods that are designed to significantly increase your overall sensitivity and effectively remove certain physical blocks or obstructions from the body. I profoundly realized that it's not merely something physical, but rather something much, much deeper, truly deep within the very core of the body. And this profound depth, in actual fact, genuinely gives you the unique opportunity to clearly hear what is akin to a certain inner voice or intuition inside. This is precisely what I'm leading you towards right now, my dear friends, because many of you at some particular point in your lives may have gotten completely lost and then subsequently found, well, let's just say, a more objective and profound understanding of precisely why certain things happen the specific way that they do in this life. For example, just yesterday I had the opportunity to meet with a wonderful young woman who was actually my former student. And she had a specific request, yes, a very important question. She explicitly said, I truly want to build a meaningful relationship. I genuinely want to build a lasting relationship, but I simply cannot understand why no one ever comes to me. And what exactly was the question related to in her mind? I said, all right. So basically, I personally gave her the valuable contacts of several people who had come to my professional practice with precisely the same request and who were also actively looking for a meaningful relationship. I then gave her these specific contacts and she promptly started messaging them. I said, well, what happens next? What's truly up? How are you doing today? She replied, I honestly don't know. How exactly can I genuinely allow them into my life? I said, well, you specifically asked, you already had this particular request, I personally gave you individuals who genuinely want to date you. But here there's a blockage, the blockage. It's a profound mental block, that very affirmation. Am I truly worthy of these people? Can I genuinely enter into a meaningful relationship? So, on one hand, she deeply wants it. She truly and sincerely wants it from within her very being. But something significant in her mind is powerfully holding her back. What's truly stopping her is, who am I in relation to these specific people? And those people are just the same. They possess the very same kinds of inherent blockages. The whole crucial point is that a person simply can't cross that significant barrier. They absolutely can't take what has already been generously given to them. By default, the entire space, the surrounding environment, already contains all conceivable branches of probability. Everything is already there in front of you. It exists as a fact in this very moment. You just need to take it. It's the same with money, right? Because a financial request is what 90% of people have. I want to earn more money. I want to have more money. But we understand that in order to have more money, we have to do something. But we can't do anything. We're blocked. The blockage is in our mind because I can't move forward. I can't allow myself to express myself, among other things. I can put it this way, I have a very good friend, for example, with whom we actually started out at precisely the same time, let's say, when I had absolutely 0 followers on Instagram and YouTube. And we both went through precisely the same comprehensive training course. At that particular time, I was not yet a professional body therapist, and he is still in exactly the same professional position, continuing his dedicated work. And when I created Instagram, started moving forward, started putting myself out there, he did nothing. And every month I ask him, why haven't you actually done it? He says, well, in order to truly do it, I first need to carefully think through the content. I need to develop a program first. I tell him, come on, just do it. At least start by doing something. So while I was already gaining followers, he's still thinking. He's thinking deeply about how he should present himself much better. Like, in order to perform effectively, I need to acquire a suit, and to purchase a suit, I absolutely need to earn money for it, and so on. He just came up with all these templates and excuses for himself. I'm talking about these powerful affirmations, you know, the very specific ones. Every single person sets some kind of limiting beliefs and self-imposed restrictions for themselves, and quite naturally, can't truly achieve what they genuinely desire in life because of these inherent limitations. Why am I bringing this important topic up? Because I am a living, breathing example, a real-life, tangible example for you to consider. I want to show you with my own example, not just talk about theory or how things generally happen. You are intelligent people, you've already read a lot. I'm saying this again. I just want to share my own personal example with you, how it's truly possible, how I effectively removed these limiting factors, how I meticulously set clear goals, and how I diligently achieved them. I'm not saying that I have reached exactly the desired level I initially wanted. At this particular stage, yes, I genuinely experienced a profound kind of, let's say, a significant redistribution of my new and evolving desires when I was flying for 4 long days from distant Mongolia. Because up until that precise moment there were a great many big and ambitious desires, like, for example, finally coming to the United States of America, where I regrettably couldn't go for 20 whole years because I was consistently denied a visa, and also performing on prominent American television and so on. That's it. And accordingly on Times Square, yes, the best stage in the world, so to speak, for self-expression, right? For me, it was a new experience. And it was, how can I put it? Well, how can you just step into the center among hundreds of people swirling around you, grab the microphone right in the middle, and launch a neurowave without any embarrassment? It's a stage that you just go through, you go through it. If I had thought about this a year ago, so to speak, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wasn't ready for it. That's precisely why I'm talking about gradual incremental steps. You absolutely need to overcome certain significant barriers to gradually change the program within your mind. And take these steps. That's it. And when you reach a certain significant level, when you can confidently say, yes, I truly did it, I successfully achieved this goal, then, quite naturally, you move on to the next important thing. For example, exactly 1 full year ago, Lera and I embarked on a journey to Krasnodar and Sochi with the specific aim of earning just 100,000 rubles. At that particular time, that was indeed a very significant amount of money for me. And at some point during our travels, we were riding in a third-class sleeper simply because we genuinely didn't have more money available. We were diligently saving every bit and so on. And so we were carefully mapping out this particular route. We were actively expanding our horizons and genuinely saying, yes, I'll absolutely go. Yes, I'll definitely go. Even if it's not a substantial amount of money, I truly want to undertake this. I want to clearly show people my inherent value and effectively help them. I was actively expanding these valuable opportunities, and I could have certainly chosen quite differently. No, I absolutely won't go because I truly want more. I genuinely need a much bigger group, and I definitely need more financial resources. That's it. And accordingly, I would have simply pushed that possibility aside. But as soon as I overcame that significant barrier, boom, the very next year, the scale truly increased. Now it's the United States, now it's Europe, now it's other groups of 20 people. Just 3 short weeks ago, I had a substantial group of 60 wonderful people in Russia. That's it. So, this is precisely the kind of expansive scale that truly expands and perfectly adapts to the situation where you effectively remove your own inherent limitations. Oh, like, I'm not interested in this, the group is too small. That's it. Or for example, the fee is too small or something else. But if you give someone value, if you provide them with something useful, they give you feedback. Wow, thank you. It's great that you did this. And then you start to accept that you yourself feel like you did a good job. That block is lifted. This is the truly crucial point I want to share with you. It's absolutely fundamental for effectively changing the affirmations in your head that make you feel like there's something inherently wrong with you. But not everyone can easily take that very first crucial step, especially if you've genuinely had certain significant triggers or unfortunate failures in your life. If you meticulously do something and it doesn't quite work out as planned, and then you diligently try again and it still doesn't really work out. And, well, how exactly should I put it? But the first and most fundamentally important thing is I've already spent a considerable amount of time, I've also spent a substantial amount of money, and as a direct result, I truly don't want to do it anymore. I just genuinely don't have it in me at all. For me, and for you as well, movies that we watch together always serve as a particularly interesting and compelling example of shared experiences. There are so many of them, a vast and diverse collection of cinematic works that we can explore and discuss. When you have to defeat some enemy, when it feels like the whole world is against you, one thing after another, and then another, and there he is, all alone, it's the final minute, and he has just one last code and a 1 in a million chance, and only he can do something, throw a key somewhere, toss a grenade, do something, and so on. Well, one example of this is the American movie Independence Day, so to speak, when all the events are coming together, and then bam, he's defeated. So at the very moment when you are moving forward in any given case, well, it just absolutely cannot be otherwise, you will inevitably experience failure. And here's the crucial question. How exactly do you effectively deal with such a significant failure? If I were to tell you right now, my friends, that in order to truly achieve something significant, yes, that very something you genuinely desire and deeply want to attain, you will inevitably have to confront and ultimately overcome many different challenging obstacles, numerous unforeseen mistakes, and various disheartening failures along your journey. How many should there be? Personally, I truly believe there should be at least 3 of them, in my opinion. That is, when you do something and it doesn't work out. Exactly. After that, you should take a little bit of a break and then try again. Again, it doesn't work out, and so on. In other words, you effectively counter the belief that you're a complete failure, and that you absolutely won't succeed by diligently taking specific, deliberate actions that unequivocally prove to the entire universe that you possess the necessary energy, that you're truly ready to overcome it. So, in any and all cases, you must consistently keep taking decisive action. You have to act, and then naturally things will happen. But when you take action, you should immediately and fully accept the distinct possibility that it might not work out perfectly the very first time, and that's perfectly normal and entirely understandable. Right now, I want to tell you that when you're truly trying to change into the person you genuinely want to become, you absolutely must take these necessary actions. And understand this correctly. It's normal if it doesn't work out the first time. I am not saying that you absolutely should not succeed. It is just a simple, undeniable fact. Yes, okay, I am completely and truly ready. So energetically, you should prepare yourself from the start. I'm ready, and I'll keep going until the end. If it doesn't work out for me, say, in the first couple of tries, right? You're still prepared for that, prepared for setbacks. That way it will simply be easier for you to keep moving forward. And naturally, you'll have the energy. An incredibly important point to consider is to really look for that very essential energy that truly allows you to effectively move forward. Because many individuals who are listening to me right now are already in a state where their vital energy is completely and utterly depleted, and perhaps they don't even have any money left at all, right? And they don't have any time whatsoever, and they're already deeply and profoundly disappointed in absolutely everything. And why did you decide that, yes, that I, for example, will be able to truly help you? This very morning I had a call from a young woman who said, well, I've already tried absolutely everything. I'm quite afraid that if I join your course and it doesn't work out for me, just like it didn't work out in all of my other courses. If you have that kind of fear, well, this is what I personally always say. If you have fear, that's actually a truly great request, because it means you absolutely need to overcome it. That is it. Because fear exists so that you can truly transform it, so that you no longer have any lingering fear, so you can move forward calmly and confidently and feel not from a place of apprehension or fear, but rather from a place of genuine curiosity and the exciting challenge you have thoughtfully set for yourself. What? Oh, great. I wonder what's behind that door, what interesting things might be there. And this mindset, again, I'm giving you a technique here, is about changing your perspective. So you change it, you take your fear, and you can even write it down by hand, right? That's it. You can definitely remember this, because I don't just want us to have a casual chat. I truly want you to actually take something practical away, some effective technique you can use yourself. So you literally write down your fear, right? And what kind of fear is it? You can make a column called fears, right? And the next important column is curiosity. So curiosity, or you could also call it a significant challenge. A challenge is something that we successfully overcome, and for that, we certainly get a bonus, a valuable reward from the universe. It can't happen that the universe doesn't give you any bonuses. It just can't. That's it. So here, when you meticulously document your journey after experiencing a surge of genuine curiosity, you should absolutely add a distinct third column, which we will aptly name bonus. And when you diligently proceed to write down this bonus, particularly when you successfully overcome a significant challenge, in that previously empty bonus column, you should precisely articulate what you profoundly received after you successfully overcame it. You can certainly write something there hypothetically, perhaps even imagining the potential gains, right? Or you can just fill it in later as a fact. Why am I talking about this? Because so many people devalue what they've received, or most importantly, they don't even notice what they've received. It seems like we've done it, but what was the bonus? If we, damn it, don't even see this bonus, the universe gave us something truly special, some money, valuable connections, incredible opportunities and profound new feelings, but we didn't accept it. So here we are again, stuck in this devalued position. And in order to accept it, you need to write it down and you need to actually experience it. Right? So this is an important point. To truly and deeply experience it, let's say, people often ask me, you have spent so much incredible energy on the course, on the intensive sessions. How do you fully recover? Where do you genuinely get your boundless energy from? Because we've accomplished something significant, but we absolutely need to keep moving forward and progressing, always striving for more. And I always say, if we've just had a session and we have a second or third session coming up, or, for example, what should you do? Where will you get your energy from? You get your energy from the result. Where exactly do we obtain the final result from? You should ask the entire universe to provide you with valuable feedback in return. So I personally ask my clients who come to sessions, or say students and so on, to give feedback. They tell me how it feels, how it comes across. Maybe someone, if they want, will write a review or something like that. But I take it in, I accept it. So I definitely take it and say, nice, yum, 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 delicious. Thank you, I accept this post. Thank you. Money is undoubtedly good. I certainly need money, but the pursuit of financial gain doesn't drive me forward as much as the inherent satisfaction and personal growth derived from overcoming a significant challenge does. My primary driving force, therefore, isn't solely money. But Money is a clear confirmation of my professionalism and dedication. Money, you can set any amount yourself, reflecting your true value. And here, the most important thing in our life is to truly enjoy what we are experiencing at this very moment, finding genuine satisfaction and contentment. The moment when we can truly feel a profound sense of calmness and deep tranquility within our entire body. Limitations in our minds only appear when we consciously pull in certain specific words and powerful triggers from the outside world and install them deeply into our consciousness. Once they're firmly set in our consciousness, residing within our mind, and repeated numerous times, they sink even deeper into the subconscious. We no longer consciously think about them, but our body, our physical body, already won't let us go further. Our body simply stops responding effectively to certain valuable opportunities, to the positive vibrations that life generously offers us. That's it. Let me pause for just a moment. Friends, for those of you on Telegram, if you can't hear well, there's a Zoom link available. Switch over to Zoom right away. The quality will be much better. You'll get much better sound, much better video, and everything else besides. Go to Zoom right now, everyone. I highly and sincerely recommend it to all of you. So please leave the Telegram chat and kindly switch over to Zoom. That is precisely how it is indeed. Therefore, it is imperative that you make this transition promptly. When the vibration drops to the level of the body, look where I keep pointing with my hand. Yes, I'm pointing to the chest area. So even though we're pointing here to the chest area, for some reason we say that our heart is here. Of course, our heart is actually a bit off to the side. Yes, we certainly can, but somehow we always profoundly feel our emotional center right here. No matter what truly happens, if I were to ask you where the very soul is precisely located, right? Write in the chat where you think the soul is. I'm just curious. It's a rhetorical question simply because everyone experiences and feels it quite differently. Where is the soul located? We'll just get started right away. There's a Telegram chat open, and there's also a Zoom chat. For those in Telegram, Ksenia, Yulia, Anya, Valentina, please switch over to Zoom. Leave there and join Zoom. In the area of the heart, any other options? A little above the heart center, that's how I feel it. All right, more? More, and more. The middle of the chest, good. Any others? Write it down. Ksenia, Yulia, Valentina, Anya, please leave Telegram. More. Come on, write. Now I'll just take a brief moment while you continue to write, just for a second. I'll quickly go and get myself some refreshing water. Natasha, Anya, Valentina, let's switch to Zoom. Everyone to Zoom. Yes. So. Where is the thymus? Agree. Slightly higher in the chest center. Agree. Solar plexus. Agree. Actually, I agree with everyone. Why? I'll explain now. Right. Keep writing. So what exactly is the fundamental basis or underlying principle that we are considering here? Just a second, I really need to somehow quite clearly mark the chat here, perhaps with a note. One moment. Additional. Zoom recording. Additionally, you can find comprehensive and accurate subtitles, important supporting documents, and detailed, insightful notes. There was a Zoom chat here somewhere. Gallery, attendance. Mm-hmm. So please exit Telegram and join Zoom. So exactly what do we have here then? Our heart is truly the profound emotional center of our being, and it is precisely there that the primary and most significant vibration genuinely happens, resonating deeply within us. The heart is essentially an electromagnet. It's an electric field that constantly vibrates and profoundly responds to the emotion we are truly experiencing, and that's precisely why we deeply feel it within our heart. And the very soul naturally, truly pulses and creates powerful impulses. It's a profound kind of consciousness, yes, one that truly allows us to effectively magnetize certain specific branches of probability and then, with deliberate intention, attract them directly to us, drawing them into our physical body and immediate reality. It also creates a mesmerizing and captivating pulsating effect that rhythmically synchronizes with the vast and expansive space that was originally and intentionally created for us, providing a profound sense of connection and belonging as well. Of course, physically speaking, the soul is indeed located right here inside us, within the head, in the area of the thymus, and more precisely, there, the pineal gland. That's it. And this is just a kind of visualization, but there is no sensitivity there, that's the thing. It's one thing for it to be physically located there, yes, but it's another thing entirely how it feels. It is felt here inside. That's why, through our very natural sensations, we naturally begin to gradually drift away. And when we truly work here, deeply connected with our heart center, of course, we can thoughtfully discuss and explore what our innermost soul genuinely yearns for, its deepest aspirations and spiritual longings, and as they often wisely say, what our physical body inherently needs and truly desires for its optimal well-being, comfort, and sustained vitality. Yes, because if the soul is synchronized with the body, then the body becomes an instrument for us to achieve something of our own in life. And this remarkable instrument, as they often say, much like our very own legs and arms, ultimately receives the crucial command when we actually decide to get up from the comfortable couch and truly start doing something meaningful. And when we start taking action, we begin to see some results. That's why it's important to allow ourselves to remove those very limitations that prevent our soul from realizing itself. The limitations are in our minds. In order to effectively and completely remove these inherent limitations from our conscious minds, first and foremost, we need to, as they wisely say, gracefully move away from the confines of our conscious mind and delve deeply into the profound depths of the subconscious. This is critically important because the subconscious is our primary and most significant gateway to understanding the fundamental impulses and profound stirrings of our very soul. And when we turn off our mind and go into the subconscious, when we pull out, yes, the answers to our questions, our consciousness then catches up with what was sensed from the subconscious. For example, a compelling case in point might be this. In our body practices, I initiate a powerful neural wave, and you can truly feel its profound effect. People often start to cry or even to scream. Then I ask them in that very moment, why are you crying? They typically respond by saying, I honestly don't know why I'm crying. Why are you screaming? I don't know. But as we go deeper, we start to feel it. In other words, the conscious controller doesn't truly understand what's fully happening at that moment. And then we connect the conscious mind with the subconscious. We create a kind of bridge that pulls information from the subconscious into the conscious mind and confirms that yes, this really happened. Yes, I cried. Yes, I really do feel significantly lighter now. Yes, I truly did limit myself in this particular situation, perhaps because of something from a past life or, for example, because my dear father constantly told me I wasn't truly worthy of it. But now I profoundly feel that I can absolutely do it. This is achieved specifically through sensations. Why am I talking about this here? Because the valuable and significant experience that we are fortunate enough to have here, we actually, in fact, fully acknowledge it, truly appreciate its importance, and thoughtfully give it a proper and well-deserved place. It's not just that it seems this way to us, it really is so. We claim it as our own. Can this be done on your own? It can, but it's difficult. I always say that there should be someone nearby who can highlight for you, shed light on what happened. Yes, it's real. It's not your imagination. You really do feel it. You really can let go. But how do you let go? Just let go. The main words I use in the course are in English, you can, or simply in general, it's possible. And in that profound state, when we go deeper and deeper, layer by layer, we are indeed multi-layered. We have a significant amount of blocks. If you can put it this way, here's a person, and we have these distinct blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6. We've entered the soul. We've come in here. And we go through these layers. We pass through the layer where we set the limitation of I truly can't. I tell practitioners, you certainly can. Really, I can. Can I truly? I say, really, you absolutely can. Boom, a layer below. Can I really do it? Yes, I can. Can I feel? I can. And another layer, and so on. This is precisely how you can effectively overcome the initial layer when you ultimately enter the very core here. That is precisely why the guide, of course, plays a truly key role. Especially when you genuinely don't trust yourself. If you've diligently gone through the extensive practice of cultivating the belief that I can do it myself, in other words, if you have firmly established within yourself the profound sense of I can, then these significant barriers and the process of effectively overcoming them, the primary thing that truly helps you is not another person, but rather the inherent qualities and supportive nature of the space itself. When you constantly require someone else's approval, like needing to call your mom or dad to ask for explicit permission, can I truly go? What do you genuinely think? I really want to do this particular thing or that. I want to try some form of body therapy. I want to go somewhere specific. I want to invest my hard-earned money. What do you honestly think? This constant, persistent, what do you think, directed at someone else. Well, naturally, the person responds from their very own unique life perspective and personal experiences. And what if they say, no, I don't agree, that's a terrible idea, just nonsense? So what are you going to do next? Basically, you've shifted the responsibility onto someone else who from the start, or maybe not from the start, but at any rate, can give you a completely different perspective. And then what will you do? That's precisely why the most optimal and beneficial option is not to seek permission from someone else, but rather to wholeheartedly and completely trust in yourself and diligently find a truly insightful guide, someone who embodies a pure vessel, entirely devoid of any judgmental attitude or preconceived notions. This is a person who possesses absolutely no vested interest in the outcomes or results of your actions, ensuring unbiased support and guidance. Whether you succeed or not, it doesn't affect them in any way. You see, I'm talking about the significant position of a true master, about my own personal and unique position, because the remarkable results you ultimately achieve have absolutely no effect on my life whatsoever. So this is entirely your own compelling story, and you must enter it yourself with a pure and sincere heart. My position is entirely non-judgmental, just as yours ideally should be. And when you consciously choose to take full responsibility, your own personal responsibility, let's articulate it in that manner, firmly upon yourself, but at the very same time you thoughtfully synchronize with the surrounding space and you earnestly say, space, dear space, please give me a clear sign, provide me with a definitive indication. Can I confidently proceed in that direction? Am I truly making the most appropriate and correct choice in this moment? The universe, or this encompassing space, will undoubtedly and unequivocally provide you with a clear and discernible answer, guiding your path forward. You need to communicate with the space. You need to communicate with the Creator, with God, with the Maker. You need to communicate with your higher self. It exists. Right now, I'm even seriously reconsidering, well, let's say, moving into a much deeper and more significant position, primarily because I genuinely want to lead and effectively guide people towards the Creator. Because what I personally do, I truly see the tangible results from many people, that it doesn't just happen by itself, it actually happens with the significant help of some higher divine powers. And here, as a master, it seems like I give certain impulses and provide a systematic approach to what you should truly feel, and it's almost like it's entirely based on reflexes. But from what many people are telling me, I truly realize, oh my goodness, everyone, something quite strange is indeed happening here. And some other powerful forces are already deeply involved. I now understand that it's not just me working here, but rather something significant is actively helping me. That is precisely why I speak now from a position of something much higher and more profound. Because by around the significant age of 40, we truly come to deeply understand that we are absolutely not alone in this vast and intricate world. And if we don't manage to achieve what we genuinely want, and inside we're profoundly shaking and intensely longing for something more, we then fully realize that we already possess everything from a purely material standpoint, but there's a distinct lack of warmth, no real taste for life itself. That's precisely when we hear our very soul crying out with a desperate plea, "Help me." And naturally, how can we effectively provide assistance in this challenging situation? We can truly listen to the deepest whispers of our soul, and we can clearly hear the profound wisdom of our inner voice. If you genuinely do not believe in the divine creator, in the eternal soul, or in spiritual things of that sort, then you will simply hear your own inner voice speaking to you. Basically, I strongly urge you to do one most profoundly important thing, to truly feel a deep, sincere, and unconditional love for yourself within your very heart, because you are an integral part of something divinely created from above, and accordingly, through yourself, this love extends to others, because other people are, in essence, your own profound projection. How do you lovingly create your children? In precisely the same way, these individuals in turn reflect and project you, and also beautifully reflect this inherent love. That's precisely why you absolutely need to move away from those limiting affirmations like, "I simply can't do something," "I definitely won't succeed," "I truly don't deserve this," and so on. This profound challenge is only overcome by one most important, deeply significant meaning: entering the present state of here and now, truly hearing the subtle vibrations of your entire body, attentively listening to your authentic inner voice, and accordingly, consciously acting based on that profound inner guidance, not on your internal self-imposed blockages. If you genuinely listen to it, you'll simply, from deep within, from right here, inside your very being, that persistent block that's been here, you'll just begin to meticulously dig it out, slowly but surely. It will be destroyed within you. The substitution method, the one I mentioned at the very beginning, is indeed good, but it unfortunately doesn't work for everyone. There are many different methodologies and approaches, but for many people, pure logic just doesn't work. Many people need it to come from within. And this concept of from within is precisely what I consistently talk about and thoroughly demonstrate in my practical applications, in my comprehensive courses, and of course in personalized sessions. This inner position, when we truly go inside into the very heart of our body and genuinely feel what's happening there, and then wholeheartedly believe in it, give it ample space, fully acknowledge what has profoundly happened to us, and powerfully reinforce it with the deep awareness that I really truly can do this. That was absolutely amazing. That was truly great. I really completely set myself free. Believe me, this profound realization can immediately replace some long, drawn-out therapy sessions. Friends, those of you who are on Telegram right now, please switch over to Zoom. The sound quality is good. Lydia, Natalia, and again Natalia. The Zoom link is in my channel chat. Click on the link right now to Zoom. There you go. That's precisely why, with the diligent application of these effective practices, you can confidently and very quickly solve your specific issue. What I truly want to do now, what I genuinely want to show and convey to people, I would articulate it in this particular way. I periodically and quite deeply ask myself, what exactly is my fundamental mission in this life? How can I effectively help other individuals, people from all walks of life? And, well, let's consider, what profound purpose do I truly live for, day in and day out? what drives my existence. And if I were to tell you on a grand global scale with all sincerity, my deepest desire is for a vibrant, undeniable spark of true, authentic, and genuine love to ignite brightly within the very core of each and every one of you, illuminating your paths and enriching your existence, allowing it to flourish and grow. That very love for yourselves, for the Creator, for everything that surrounds you, your children, your partners, and so on. I am absolutely certain that if you truly, sincerely, and deeply love, it means you fully accept the experiences, even those that are negative or challenging in your environment, and you don't get easily triggered by them, you don't harshly judge yourself, you don't needlessly torment yourself. Why did it turn out this way? Is it truly possible to deeply love someone and genuinely feel that profound affection when you are constantly in a state of survival mode, when you have absolutely no financial resources, and you don't truly know who you are as a person or what your ultimate purpose in life might be, right? And you might say, well, what exactly should I do then? That's exactly what the path of transformation is for. Yes, you can. I achieved this through the primary Taoist practices, which I have also included in my course in the online practices, which allowed me to enter the state of here and now and to feel what was inside me. And when, for the very first time in my entire life, I truly saw through these particular practices, let's just say, I absolutely needed concrete proof. I am indeed a systematic person. I am a man, and my logical processes certainly work. I'm especially, how can I put this? In order to move forward, I need proof that, yes, I really am doing something right, you know? I say, give me a sign that I'm doing something right, okay? I simply set myself a goal. I wanted to see the aura, well, not exactly the aura, let's say, but my own etheric body on my hands. And I did it, I saw it. Do I see it now? No, because I don't need to. But I did see it. I have indeed got tangible proof that it truly works. I personally felt it. I also felt that I had developed a particular technique, a unique kind of mix, which I meticulously worked out, and I will absolutely be showing it in the comprehensive course as well. It's a powerful mix of various effective techniques designed to help you truly connect with your higher self. And I had a very important task. If I absolutely do not hear the voice, of the Creator, of the higher self within my very being, then I must consider that none of this truly exists. It's all just complete and utter nonsense. I desperately need concrete proof that all of this, everything that has been meticulously created, isn't just some mere nonsense written in various books. And I did the practice. When I set the clear intention, I truly want to hear a sign, I really want to hear a voice, I genuinely want to hear some valuable advice. I then undertook this profound meditation and I very clearly heard a distinct voice and fully understood what I am currently doing now. And when I truly and deeply heard it, well, everything profoundly and completely changed for me. Well, let's put it this way. I honestly don't hear it every single day. I heard it just once in my entire life, indeed, just once in my whole life. And I don't hear it anymore now, well, precisely because I no longer have the pressing need for it. I'm not a channeler who constantly hears some ethereal galactic voices or clearly sees subtle energies around people. These supportive people are always around me. They always readily help me, offering their assistance whenever needed. Yes, I mean, there was a practice in Mongolia recently. I am currently releasing a block. A woman is sitting right next to me and she says, there's a snake sitting on her neck over there. We absolutely need to pull it out. I then say, well, go ahead. Let's just pull it out, shall we? We pulled it out. I say, did we get it out? Yes, we got it out. Yes, great. So there are always people in the space who see more than I do. But I don't say, oh man, but I can't see, I can't hear, I can't feel. What kind of master am I? How do I unlock my talents? Or I think, when I'm in Mongolia, give me a shaman so he can unlock some talent in me. That's it. And they told me, if you had said something earlier, basically, I would have been given one. That's it. I said, okay, that means I'm not ready for this, so it'll happen later. I'll come back to Mongolia again. Although, of course, there are special rituals there, all sorts of different ones. I said, well, damn, but you probably have to pay for this somehow, right? With something, yeah? I'm not talking about money. Not with money. That's it. Everything truly has, how should I put it, a profound understanding of what exactly we are doing and precisely how we inherently relate to it. If you genuinely think that you would have to pay a substantial amount for this, or for example that you absolutely won't be able to pay at all, that's a completely different kind of understanding of the entire process, right? Exactly the way you truly think about it, the way you precisely set the trigger in your physical body and your sensations, and how it truly should be, that's exactly how the surrounding space will respond accordingly. I'm honestly quite shocked at how profoundly this space changes and transforms. I'm truly amazed that we can set any specific triggers, any intricate concepts, and any subtle sensations within the body. Let me tell you about a remarkable incident that happened to me during my travels in Mongolia. It was the very first time in my entire life, and it's something that has now provided me with valuable new knowledge for my future courses and endeavors. Every one of my courses, every one of my practices is completely new. Because people come to me who give me this knowledge I never had before. And my knowledge doesn't come from books or from some masters who teach me. It's from the people who come to me. So, what happened? Now I'll tell you the most interesting part. What happened in Mongolia and how it happened. Just a second. So this particular event happened after the course had concluded for the day, specifically in the evening, precisely at 10 o'clock. At that moment, one of my students approached me and said, "Let me invite my friends over now, and you can certainly show them your method." I considered this and then responded, "All right, let's definitely do it." Consequently, one of them was a practitioner of acupuncture. That is traditional Chinese medicine, where they insert needles and remove psycho-emotional blocks. I'm sure you know about it. This is a person who has devoted 30 years of his life to this particular field. He's truly powerful and incredibly structured. So he's sitting right next to me on the bed, watching intently. Yo. The second person next to him is a UFC champion. If you know what UFC is, guys all know, that is in Russian, it's pronounced UFS. These are the most popular fighting matches. A champion is someone who holds the title, and he is the most popular person in all of Mongolia. When we walked around with him, everyone greeted him and warmly shook his hand. And here was an important moment that I want to tell you about. But how can you turn on sensitivity in a person who has deliberately turned off their own sensitivity? In other words, in life he's a good fighter, but on a psycho-emotional level, he simply can't quite reach the heights he would truly like to, including in his communication with others. He's quite modest and generally quiet, but when he steps into the ring, he becomes powerful. But that's a different side. But in life, a lot of things don't work out for him. When I initially started working with him, I gave him impulses using the Neurowave method, and I quickly realized that absolutely nothing was happening at all. Since I am, how should I put it, quite experienced, I typically do this quickly enough and immediately realize that I certainly won't waste my energy and won't keep giving him precisely the same thing using the methods I've already thoroughly mastered. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The person is lying there and nothing is happening to them. That woman who was my student in the course, she has the gift of vision. She says, "He's wearing protective armor here." Yes, armor in English. Well, we were speaking in English, so it's a form of protection. It's indeed armor. And I say, well, what exactly should we do with it? With this protective covering, this armor? Well, if you can clearly see it, then take it off. Oh. And she says, "But how am I supposed to take it off?" I say, "Well, you can see it, can't you? So that means you can do it." At that very moment, as the facilitator, I confidently say, "You absolutely can. You can certainly do it." A person who has never done this in their entire life, she actually does it right then and there. She truly does it in the way that she genuinely thinks is right. She carefully removes this heavy protective armor from him, from the covering. I say, "Well, wait a second now, you get the idea." I say, "Let's wait a minute or three." I say, "Wait, now she..." The energy will catch up. That's it. What happens next? I give him a very light and gentle touch on his stomach, and he immediately jerks. He jerks quite suddenly, and a crazy, powerful wave goes completely through him. And you can clearly see all the people who were present there at that moment had these absolutely huge, wide eyes. We were amazed. His entire body instantly became incredibly sensitive, instantly. So we really were we worked in tandem with her because she saw this block, but I didn't see it. But now I have the understanding that even if I don't see it, I can realize that if such a situation happens, I can do it myself, because something is most likely there. But for me, it was different. I had a different vision of how this is done. I was shown that it can be done in this particular way too, and we successfully did it, and now I will certainly show my students precisely how it's done technically. And what exactly happened then, at that very moment? The person immediately started to truly feel it. He began to cough very strongly and quite intensely. He started releasing a lot, a great deal, a significant amount, indeed a tremendous quantity from his body. He came alive. He came alive, his eyes lit up, you see? And the person changed completely and profoundly. So, what naturally happened? He constructed this mental block himself, much like one might build a fortress within their own mind, constantly thinking and reinforcing the idea, I absolutely must be strong, I must be completely insensitive. This internal struggle, this self-imposed barrier, then leads to the critical question. And what exactly happened as a consequence of this rigid mindset? The vast, expansive space put this incredible, powerful protection on his entire body, and he walks around in some kind of metallic, energetic, and highly protective suit, a truly remarkable and formidable suit. And you understand that if you attracted this to yourself and said this affirmation that I must be insensitive, you can also remove it yourself. But I was truly shocked to profoundly realize that your deeply held affirmations and core beliefs are not merely abstract thoughts confined within your mind. They possess a tangible and discernible energetic structure, manifesting as a clear and vivid visualization within the physical body itself. This is precisely the way you articulated it, and it resonates deeply with my understanding. Bam! Bam! It's just mind-blowing. It's just absolutely wow. It's truly one of those incredibly profound situations that completely and utterly changes your fundamental understanding of how you perceive and approach your work. The astonishing realization that this remarkable concept genuinely exists and is tangible. And honestly, I simply could not believe it when I first encountered it. Why? Because I personally don't always see it myself. But if there's someone right next to me who highlights it for me in that very moment, I clearly see the reaction. I truly see the transformation. Well, I just cannot believe it. So naturally, now I've added this to my toolkit. Now I work with people on a deeper level. Now I know that if I encounter such cases, I can help people differently, immediately and more deeply. And I won't have to struggle with them for a long time. I'm going to do it, and I am fully committed to this endeavor. And that's the whole crucial point, my dear friends, a fundamental truth that needs to be understood. If you have indeed installed some kind of program within yourself, deep within your being, then on one hand, it has been meticulously set up and established as a distinct program within the intricate workings of your mind, influencing your thoughts and actions. But it actually works, visualizes, and produces certain tangible results within the body. It truly manifests itself in the physical body, and it needs to be removed from the body. And when it is completely removed from the body, there is no longer any inherent energy left within it to restore it once again. That is to say, it will only work a single time. If you completely remove it, it absolutely won't be installed again. Why is that? Because there's no energy whatsoever left in it. When a person truly realizes that this particular program has been entirely removed, they deeply feel it emotionally and powerfully reinforce it in their consciousness, sending a strong impulse back to the head and emphatically saying, bam, I get it. There's a boom, the eyes widen, and there's an awakening. That's it. Now I truly understand precisely how and why I had this. I completely understand how it truly works, and I definitely do not want it anymore. What an important point. Since he's a dedicated fighter, I said, right now we've temporarily removed it, but before an important fight, you absolutely put it back on. Before a crucial fight, you definitely put it back on, because it genuinely helps you. So, that this is a strategic position from which we can effectively transform. When we truly need it, we put up our strong defenses, and when we don't, we carefully take them down. Do you understand? Because a person truly needs this for their entire life, because it is their fundamental job. It's like that very specific suit we carefully put on when we absolutely need to look good or highly presentable, and then thoughtfully take off when we finally come home to be a dedicated mom or a devoted dad. Yes, it's exactly the very same. Only on the energetic level, it truly works in the same precise way. When we put on a particular suit, we inherently feel a certain distinct way. We put on some specific shoes, perhaps even high heels, and we then look a certain particular way. We put on a dress, and we become a bit more formal. If we put on something oversized, we feel more free and relaxed. So, naturally, it can be not only, this is just a matter, right? It's denser, something we've created, like fabric, clothing, and so on. But energies are less dense, so you can simply do this. Do it with the power of thought, with your visualization. This concept highlights the profound difference between physical manifestations and energetic forms. And that changes everything. This is truly the very essence of limitations. You can effectively remove them from your physical body, completely get rid of them, or, on the contrary, intentionally and deliberately put them back on. It's exceptionally good when you precisely know how to control your personal space. You absolutely need to be powerful and incredibly strong. You put on this protective armor and then confidently go into battle. When you leave the battlefield, you take off the armor. Accordingly, you become a different person. And it's only your deepest desire, your heartfelt wish, who do I truly want to be, and how do I genuinely want to experience this very moment? Can I allow myself to fully enjoy and embrace it right here, right now? Or will I also be lying on the beautiful Maldives, completely closed off in my work, constantly thinking, always thinking about my work, and not truly allowing myself to fully enter into this wonderful life because I feel I simply do not deserve it? I need to work a lot. Well, I mean, it's your personal choice. And this desire, it is also truly released through the body. That is, at some point, yes, you need to be in the moment, to really feel through your body the immediate environment you're in and say, yes, this is absolutely cool, this is absolutely great, this feels good. And some guide nearby will say, yes, you can, yes, I can, yes, I feel it. And that's how it is. So all of this is possible, all of this can be done, all of this is allowed. That's it, and it is felt. Friends, so that you can hear everything clearly and distinctly, let's move our conversation from Telegram to Zoom right now. The link is there. The link. Leave Telegram intentionally, because the sound quality there is bad. So that's why we work through the body at such vibrations. When we feel, we move toward that very depth, to what I am encouraging and urging you to do, to the vibration. I would even say not vibration, because our soul doesn't vibrate, it pulses. That's it. And to the profound impulses of our very soul, which clearly tell us what I truly want at this precise moment, or indeed what I desire in this entire life. That's the whole point. Yes, and to truly feel that very profound love that originally exists within each and every one of us from the Divine Creator, within our physical body. I will now give each of you the opportunity to speak. In Zoom, you can simply write, or rather, raise your hand. There's a specific raise hand button available for you. I'm giving you this valuable chance to say something important. That's it. You can also do this in Telegram, but please switch from Telegram to Zoom. Because if you have any questions or inquiries, you can certainly ask me those questions directly and immediately. However, I do need to clearly see your raised hands indicating your intention to speak. So please make sure you visibly raise your hand there, and then once acknowledged, kindly turn on your microphone. I turn on your microphone for you this way, or you can write in the chat. That's how it works. That's it. So, what exactly can I say is the main crucial point, what I'm always truly leading up to. I always warmly invite you to my personal practices. I always genuinely want us to meet in person, so you can fully feel both my energy and your own incredible potential. And in Russia, right now, that's only truly possible in the vibrant city of Moscow. And the very next time we'll be able to meet in person is not going to be very soon at all. That's exactly 1 full month from now. From September 17th to the 19th, there will be an important course held in Moscow. And for this comprehensive course, I am warmly inviting individuals who do not necessarily have to work directly within this specific field, but who simply and genuinely desire to effectively remove these internal blocks for themselves and accordingly truly feel their own physical body and possibly resolve their deeply personal issue within a concentrated period of 3 days. There are still many available spots, and I really want to personally invite all of you and genuinely hope to see you at this comprehensive course in Moscow. That's it. And of course, if you have the wonderful opportunity, then please do come and visit me somewhere abroad. This is primarily the Bali course, which offers a truly unique and enriching experience. The Bali course, which I am promoting and inviting everyone to attend. It will take place in November. As for the tours, they are starting and always ongoing. There are a lot of them located abroad. In the Telegram channel, to which you are all subscribed and from where you all originally came, you can readily find all the necessary information and the complete schedule. That's how it is. We also very much want to organize an online practice session in September. Please take a careful look, and if you are genuinely interested, do consider joining us. So for now, I'd like to say, if you happen to have any questions at all, I'm not entirely sure how many people we currently have here in attendance, but there are certainly people present. In Zoom, unfortunately, I cannot precisely see how many individuals there are at this moment. Probably about 30 or 50 people, something like that. So please feel free to join in and actively participate. There's an excellent option available within Zoom for someone to write down their questions or comments if you would like to ask a question right now during this session. Let's have a conversation. Ksenia says there are 39 people. Where did you see that? I don't see where that's written. All my windows are small. I only see one video, Katya's, and that's it. Are you going to speak, Katya, or will it just be your face on the screen? Is that possible?
I will talk.
Come on, talk, come on, because we truly just want to be useful.
Listen, I have this, I don't know, this is an on-topic, off-topic question. I now understand I am afraid to show my anger. I am an empath, yes. It turns out I've been eating other people's shit my whole life. So I have a business, people come to me and well, the client is always right. Whatever they said to me, I swallowed it, I always swallowed it. I noticed that, I understood. I did a practice to release the block through my voice. It worked for me. The emotion came out. My inner witch cried about how I had shut down my power, how I had rejected it. My strength is anger. Well, that is, I should absolutely be able to protect my own personal boundaries from being so incredibly white and fluffy, you know? That is, I don't understand. Anger? Well, that is, it's like I'm afraid.
Wait, so where does anger truly come from? Why should anger indeed be taken?
Well, I can't, that is, defend my personal boundaries. I can't, when someone says things to me, for example, words I don't like, right? Or a tone I don't like. And I stay silent.
No, but you see, the question is, how do you feel about it? You stay silent. It's one thing if you swallow it and bottle it up. That is, you want to say something, but you don't allow yourself to say it. That's what's bad.
Exactly.
Right. So you see, you keep bottling it all up inside, and then at some inevitable point, you will certainly explode. But it should just simply pass you by. It really shouldn't affect you in any significant way. If it does indeed affect you, then it truly means you haven't fully worked through that particular part of yourself that gets triggered and causes such a reaction. Well, it does affect you. If someone were to tell me directly, you're a truly bad master, you really can't do anything at all. You're absolutely nobody. I'll then say, what exactly? Who is that remark about? Who are you actually talking to? I mean, is that truly about me? No, that's certainly not about me. Yes, I'm telling you about this. No, that's not about me. That's not mine. That's not about me. That's directed somewhere else, to someone else. Why? I consider myself a good master. So, in any case, and you say, yeah, you are indeed the jerk, it's truly you, and you start getting quite aggressive. The question is, towards whom?
Look, that's simply not how it works for me. You know how it works for me? So I'm currently at work and my clients are consistently complaining, right? The client is always absolutely right, but I personally do not take any of their complaints to heart. I just look at them, I'm here and now, and I truly don't let it really stick to me. I honestly don't really care what he's saying, but I do watch it. So does that mean I'm allowing this to happen?
You already have an affirmation going, the client is always right. I mean, someone probably told you this, the client is always right. And you internalize that in your body. Get rid of it, replace it. There's no such thing as who's right. There's no such thing as truth. There just isn't. There's no sense of who's right and who's wrong. Step back, move into a non-judgmental position.
And if, when I realized and understood that I was blocking my anger, that I was suppressing my anger, and that I needed to learn how to manage and use it, that's my strength. So yes, white, black, there needs to be balance. When I'm all nice and good, it's like I get thrown off balance, I want to explode. Honestly, it's like a fucking fountain inside me. And either I'm all sweet and innocent, or I just can't find that balance. I need to learn how to manage my anger. Like when something bothers me or someone says something about me, I just need to learn how to send them off in a nice, polite way.
No.
No? I want to tell everyone off.
No. Well, there are indeed people in the very same environment, my esteemed colleagues, who are constantly fighting against something, always facing some kind of significant resistance. There are always some complaints from clients. What if it's like this, perhaps in this particular situation? Or what if it's like that? I say I don't have that. Why? Because I don't expect it from the start. Because I am in this particular state, a state of complete emptiness, I truly and genuinely do not possess the mindset or attitude that I carry this anger inside me. If you say I have anger, then accordingly you should logically and reasonably say, I don't possess this anger, I don't truly have anger as a permanent state. So you possess it only to the precise extent that you genuinely need it, as much as you absolutely require it to effectively protect yourself and your overall well-being. If you completely lack it, if it is entirely absent from your emotional repertoire, then you will undoubtedly be in a precarious state of danger. You will be significantly at risk, and consequently something profoundly negative or truly harmful might unfortunately happen to you. And you absolutely need anger to adequately protect yourself from potential threats and adverse situations. But if you set the intention that you don't need to protect yourself, that everything will be fine with you, that you don't need anger, then it simply won't show up. So what's the point of it then? And accordingly, there won't be people who trigger you.
I see.
And there won't be this constant confrontation either. Well, I just don't need it.
I see.
People often attract certain entities, certain programs, and so on, precisely because they feel a deep need to protect themselves. When we were in the process of removing some kind of subpersonality entity program from a person's body, they would frequently say, but how will you manage? I am here to protect this body. And I would respond, but the body truly doesn't need you. Then they would ask, but how will the body possibly live without me? I always help it. We explain, no, now we can live. How? That's it. The program is gone, destroyed. It's not needed, it flies away. It flies away because your strong desire, I can live without anger.
It's safe. It's safe here.
Safe, yes. And you don't have that possibility.
All right, I understand. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Guys, is anyone here? Let's join in, whoever wants to speak. There you go. Or else, accordingly, we will certainly turn off and definitively end this broadcast. If anyone has any further questions, please feel free to ask them now. Lydia, please go ahead and speak now. I gave you the floor. Yes, speak louder. It's coming through on my end. Lydia, can you switch to Zoom because people won't be able to hear you? Is it difficult? On Zoom, yes, so that Zoom is speaking, because then there will be a response. I'll wait a little, maybe someone else wants to go first. And you switch to Zoom. Are there any more people who want to ask a question? Quick Q&A.
Yes, I am currently on Zoom right now, attempting to locate you. I can clearly see everything. Indeed, yes.
Супер, окей. Отлично. Ой,
Hello.
здравствуйте, приятно
Hello,
познакомиться.
nice to
Хотела
meet you.
спросить
I
вопрос,
wanted to ask a
насчет
question about online practice.
онлайн-практики.
How
Чем
different is it
отличается
from
вот от
in-person
телесной
practice?
практики,
Well,
например,
offline, right?
оффлайн, да,
I
то есть
mean,
когда
when
на
you're there in
месте,
person,
потому
because
что
somehow it
как-то у
doesn't
меня
work
не
for me.
получается,
I
я
wanted to
хотела
meet
с
you in
вами
person, but I
увидеться
can't keep
лично и
up with the
постоянно
schedule.
So
два
I'm
графика не
thinking
получается, вот
maybe
поэтому,
I
может быть,
should do it
сегодня можно
online
сделать,
if I
если
can't
не
manage to
получится
come
все-таки
to you
приехать к
after
вам.
all.
Well,
приехать.
online always depends a lot on how truly sensitive you are as a person, whether you possess any prior background or experience in various practices, and have genuinely felt, well, your own physical body accordingly, if you've had any particularly interesting or unique practices at all. If in general your entire body truly responds remotely to your very thoughts, to the precise way we communicate, if it genuinely reacts with subtle vibrations, then yes, most likely this particular practice will indeed help you significantly. That is absolutely it. You truly need to go by your own personal feeling and inner intuition, because an offline experience is always a sure and reliable thing to consider. That's it. I can break through even the most unbreakable people. But online, the chances are already lower. Guys, I work online with foreigners. Yes, they come fly here and so on. I also work with Russians too, but Russians usually find the time to do so. So that's what it really all depends on.
Yeah,
Well, I've had similar situations, of course.
my Kundalini is developed.
So maybe it will work online too, but for some reason, intuitively, I would still prefer to meet in person. Just to make sure, to be 100% certain.
Yes, so it really depends entirely on how it actually feels. If there's absolutely no possible way to physically meet, then we will just work online. That's it. I genuinely can't say it's a completely useless thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. There are certain techniques that I do specifically online, and I don't do them offline. That's it. But to be honest, this kind of work is more difficult for me. Yes, it requires extra resources, but nevertheless, I take it on. That's it. And I do it. I also lead online groups. And for many people, it truly works quite well. That is it. And I'm honestly surprised at how it works. That's absolutely it, because people truly get involved and genuinely feel the positive vibe. Just today, a wonderful woman called me and said that she really got going and felt a strong connection in the online group. She could truly feel it, and a lot significantly changed for her. That's how it is. So yes, that's the likelihood, Lydia. All right?
All right.
So please just message me privately and we'll set up a convenient time to meet when it's suitable. Yes, absolutely.
All right, thank you indeed.
There you go. Any more questions, anyone? Join in.
Driver, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Hello. How about it actually right now?
Yes, I see you, Ksenia, I see you, yes.
I have a question. Is it possible to recognize these blocks on your own? Like when you, for example, actually remove protection from someone?
Yes.
Could he have potentially detected it himself and then come to you with a specific request already?
Like he doesn't have sensitivity, something is interfering with him, this or that. So like it's a certain mindset.
Well, I truly think that you can certainly do it because that particular person doesn't practice any of this at all, not even a little bit. Naturally, he hasn't even looked in that direction, right?
And can you please highlight, let's say, in which specific direction should one dig in deeply to truly find the underlying belief that is currently holding you back?
Well, when you truly ask your physical body a question, the body usually shows you a very specific place, a particular spot where you distinctly feel the heaviness and precisely how you feel it within your body. And that's exactly where you truly need to remove it from. So you absolutely need to clear it completely from there using the very same presses we diligently practiced when you were taking the course. Go on.
I also have a question about finances. It's really pressing and relevant right now. It feels like the money is close by. Like I can almost feel it, you know? But I just can't break through this wall. I can't figure out where I...
And what exactly are you doing about it? The specific actions you are taking, if they are proving to be useless, then you definitely need to do something else instead.
Right now, I truly feel like I'm just endlessly cycling through many different strategies and various approaches, you know? It genuinely seems like I've already tried far too many. No matter what I consistently try, it's like these brand new ideas are somehow completely ineffective. I mean, yes, they are indeed new approaches, but they simply don't work the way I meticulously plan. Or perhaps I'm just living in unrealistic expectations I really don't know.
Ksenia, I have a lot of experiments and approaches too, and they don't work for me either.
So just don't give up, right? Just keep grinding and grinding.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me either. Well, I try one thing, then another, then a third. And I do it not out of mere hope, but rather out of genuine interest. That's precisely it. For example, tomorrow I truly want to try a completely new and innovative experiment, specifically launching people into their environment in a remarkably novel way. So, I genuinely want to create compelling content where I can remotely send intricate neural waves to individuals who are comfortably sitting somewhere, perhaps in bustling cafes or even in pleasant restaurants. I've never done anything like that in my life. But I'm curious how it works, how people react, how it turns out, how people will respond to content like this, you know? Because no one has done this yet. That's it. And I do it with a childlike feeling, with a child's pure enthusiasm. So that's precisely why it absolutely needs to be done in this particular way. And what if you were to do it in this manner? Or perhaps that other way? You truly have to do it. You must try it out. You must.
Am I understanding this correctly? So, for example, you do it once and you don't get a result, then you do it a second time, a third time, right? And then suddenly we switch to another strategy. So, you don't linger too long between strategies?
No more than 3 times, no more than 3 tries.
If you have 3 unsuccessful attempts, then you try the next one and the next one. You don't go into analysis about why it didn't work, right? You just keep experimenting.
Why didn't it truly work? You won't find out precisely why it didn't work. I am quite stubborn. There was a significant time when I was diligently searching for my own unique path, and I had well over 100 interviews, a remarkable 100 interviews in just one single month. And it wasn't until, let's say, someone else specifically pointed out to me that I truly needed to do something quite differently. But actually, if I look back at how I genuinely felt, people had indeed pointed this out to me before. They had clearly told me this before, but I just didn't fully see it or grasp the implications. So this particular moment, how many times it actually takes for someone to understand, it's profoundly different for everyone. That's precisely why. If you wisely set a clear rule for yourself that 3 times is more than enough, you absolutely won't end up like me, needing 100 times to finally get it.
So it's about getting to the point faster.
You won't waste your time. That's it. So please, just say, could you kindly create some additional and ample space for me, please, and give me a maximum of 3 attempts to clearly and thoroughly see this. That's it. Set some kind of limit. For me, the limit was 100. I spent a lot of money and time. Just make it less, please.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. Let's go further. Q&A session. Q&A. Let's get involved. Everyone just join in and talk with us right now. If not, then we'll end this live stream now. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for being here. I truly hope that in this hour and a half, I have provided you with some truly important and valuable information for your life, and that you won't just sit idly still, but will actually take decisive action and do something. That's exactly why we are here together, to actively do something. Come see me. I'll be waiting for you in September. Join the course or fly out to see me somewhere. That's it. And there are also online products available with practices right now. You can buy them and start your recovery immediately. I also highly recommend the Taoist techniques for restoring your energy and gaining more energy. So my friends, goodbye everyone. Thank you for being with us. I'm ending the broadcast now.